Madden has a quarterback issue right now. It's either an issue or it's something that you actually enjoy. It's one of the two, but we're going to talk about in this video. I have 3 tabs open right now. I have Mikal Vick, I have Drew Bledsoe, and I have Aaron Rodgers. My 4th tab is Civil.gg, my website where you can get better at Madden for just $14.99 a month. You use code Civil for 25% off. Self-plug. Thank you. These are the 3 quarterbacks who are pretty much the only usable quarterbacks right now. If you're trying to compete at the highest, have the best team possible. Trevor Lawrence, really good budget option for no money's bet people. Great budget option, but for the sake of this, we're talking about the best quarterbacks possible, right? So, the issue and also the beauty, you could say, but is that each one of these quarterbacks has some very strong positives and some very strong negatives that make them kind of unique. So first, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. He's been the best quarterback since day one, and up until Mikal Vick just came out about 4 days ago, he was unrivaled at the #1 spot. The reason he is the #1 quarterback is because of this thing right here. QB release, Slinger 1. Nothing else matters on him, okay? As long as he doesn't have terrible stats, nothing else matters. Slinger 1 is the best release in Madden. It's not even close. The distance, here's Slinger 1, here's everything else, right? This is second place right here. First place, second place is down here. It is a massive difference here. He is the best quarterback because of this, okay? Jalen Hurts came out and people were like trying him for a second, but pretty much constantly across the board, people used Aaron Rodgers, and it really wasn't super disputed. This is Drew Bledsoe. He is the most recent quarterback. Now, the cool thing of Drew Bledsoe is that he gets set feet lead. He gets set feet lead for 3 AP, okay? Michael Vick came out 4 days ago, and he gets set feet lead for 2 AP. Now, Aaron Rodgers does not get set feet lead. Set feet lead is important because it puts velocity on the ball. Like, you can make throws that you cannot make with Aaron Rodgers, with Drew Bledsoe and Michael Vick, for example, okay? But Michael Vick and Drew Bledsoe have different releases. Michael Vick has Slinger 2, and Drew Bledsoe has Traditional 2. These are not the best release. The best release is here. All the other releases are here, okay? So, these guys, when they're actually getting the ball off, when they're actually going to, nothing about the throw power, but when they're actually, winding that bad boy up to chuck it, they are significantly slower than Aaron Rodgers, meaning defeating some of these heavy blitzes, which is the meta right now, is a real issue with these 2 players. But when they do throw the ball, they're way better than Michael Vick, right? Or way better than Aaron Rodgers, way better than Aaron Rodgers. Now, the next question is, okay, what's the difference between these 2 players? Well, Michael Vick has about +10 speed, and all the throwing stats pretty much are about the same. You just get Michael Vick with about +10 speed and set feet lead for 1 less AP, which is a big deal. You might be in a spot where you can handle that 1 extra AP right now, but saving AP is always a plus. So you get +10 speed basically, and you get an extra AP spot. Now, release-wise, Drew Bledsoe is Traditional 2. Michael is Gunslinger 2. Michael is also a left-handed quarterback. Now, lefties are typically bugged in Madden, and this year is no different, where a couple of things. One, Michael Vick can't roll out to his right side. It bugs. He can, but it's much slower. It is significantly slower than a right-handed quarterback rolling out to his left side, which that is an issue, right? It's not like, it is a noticeable thing. The other thing is that because he's left-handed, some of the throws he makes are a little bit different. I know I've talked to a lot of people who can't use left-handed quarterbacks. They can't. I'm okay with it for the most part, but it messes up some of your play actions. If you see that, handoffs that are normally quick, you have to get flipped now because quarterback handedness matters on that. All right, and then release-wise, he has a worse release than Drew Bledsoe on some very short, quick passes. All right, Michael Vick, if you play a few games, Michael Vick, or watch a few games with him, you will see on short passes, especially to his left-hand side, so where he gets a snap and then he goes to his left, he will take a really long windup. This will sometimes happen on throwaways. This will sometimes happen just trying to get the ball off underneath. This is really bad. It is worse than Drew Bledsoe's, I think. I believe it is worse than Drew Bledsoe's. In this exact scenario, when he's trying to get that ball off to the bottom left side of the field, you will see a very slow animation sometimes. And it's not always the same. I really don't know what triggers it necessarily, but it is worse. Drew Bledsoe has a little bit better all-around release, it seems like. At the very least, he doesn't get that crazy slow animation. And then on top of that, he has sense pressure ideal. Drew Bledsoe sense pressure ideal, and Vic has sense pressure paranoid. This does play a factor in throw under pressure, in how accurate balls are when you're under pressure. I have seen this. I have had Drew Bledsoe light up with Fearless when I have not had Fearless on him. Okay? There is a definite difference here. All right, boys? There's a definite difference here. So, you have Michael Vick, who might have a slightly better release on some things, but really struggles on some throws. Drew Bledsoe doesn't ever really super struggle on a throw, but not even close to Aaron Rodgers still. All right, Aaron Rodgers can get the ball off on every underneath throw, but doesn't throw with the velocity. The thing that we're encountering here is that there's no QB who has everything. Now, in theory, a new Brett Favre would have everything, right? Brett Favre is the easy answer. Like, seriously, he's the easy answer. He gets this. He has this release. He has slinger one, and he would get set feet lead now, most likely. The issue with Brett Favre is that one, well, I don't know if he had a card last year, but the biggest issue is that I keep on seeing things about him in the news, like involved with like illegal activities with money. And so I'm like, well, okay, he might not get a new card soon. So we're just at a weird spot where every quarterback has flaws. Every quarterback has pros. I will say right now, Drew Bledsoe is off my list. He's done. I got really frustrated with him. He doesn't have the speed. And Vic does have some better releases than him, it feels like, or at least the same. So he's gone. But I mean, I got frustrated with Vic too. I almost want to go back to Rodgers. Just the issue with Rodgers is that his balls are a little bit more lofted than Michael Vick or Drew Bledsoe, which will be the difference maker in some throws that you can and cannot make. It's a really weird situation. It's just weird. So his release is faster than Vic's as well. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not sure, man. I think their releases are pretty close. I will say Vic really struggles with that one certain release that he'll get, and you'll see it if you use Vic, along with the fact that he's left-handed. I don't know, man. I'm pretty at a toss-up. Value or cost-wise, Vic is a mil. He's about 600K, and Rodgers is 222K. So I mean, I don't really like using that as a way to like measure players, but for the sake of cost, consider that. It's interesting, man. I'm not sure what quarterback to use right now. I don't know. It's cool. I think it's good for the game. Just people are using different quarterbacks, so they're not sure which one's the best. I think that's cool. You'll see a bunch of diversity when you're playing online. Yeah. Hey, you made it to the end of the video, meaning that you probably enjoyed it. If you did, check out this one right here. You're gonna like it even more. Or consider going in the description and check out my website, civil.gg. Learn how I play the game of John Madden football. All right. See you in the next one.